Man, you are still out there making great music, Aaron.
Well, I appreciate that, man. We're lucky, still out here doing it. This makes 36 years. 36 years.
Wow,
Wow.
that's awesome. So I know you're doing, I know you're. Are you still doing the Roots and Boots stuff? Is that
Yeah,
right?
we are. Well, we're doing it. We've already booked a bunch of shows for this year, and heck, man, every time I mean, that show goes big guns. We've been doing it now like 13 years. We've been doing that.
Wow. Tell me. You've got obviously you got a lot of dates lined up, or some dates anyway for this year. You're going to be hitting the road again with that. Is that right?
Oh yeah, no kidding, man. We'll crank back up in February. We got a little time. We need to go do some personal things. They're giving me an award out in California. It's called the Living Legends Aviation, and so they're
Oh,
giving me a an honorary award for being in aviation
awesome.
my whole life, actually. Except for my music business time. And
Yeah.
so anyway, that's what's on the plate next. We're going to Montana for a show close to where Thea's from Great Falls, Montana. So while we're there, we're gonna
Yeah.
try and make it up to her hometown and
Nice.
see some old friends there.
Oh, that's beautiful. Love it. Love it. So, do you get back there often, or is this like just a rare thing?
Oh, right now we get up there maybe once a year, but we really got lucky over the past couple of years, man. We've had several shows in Montana, so we got to see a lot of her old friends that she grew up with.
Oh, that's great. Love that. Love that. So, you guys obviously on the road. Now, tell me more about the Roots and Boots tour. Now, tell me all about this thing, because our listeners, if they're, we have listeners all over the world and in different cities, and they need to be looking for you guys, because I've seen clips. I've not seen it live, but I really want to. But it looks really exciting, and multiple artists, amazing artists. So, tell us just a little bit about that Roots and Boots concerts series that you do.
Man, it's really kind of cool, three old guys, out there from the '90s, man. It's just amazing how many folks still want to hear our old hits.
That's the
That's
good stuff,
the cool
man.
thing about it.
Yeah.
The cool thing about it is, it's hit after hit after hit
Yes.
for about an hour and a half. So,
Yes.
man, it's a lot of fun. It's great to hang out with the guys I grew up with in this music, So that's
Yeah.
what's exciting to me.
Yeah, yeah. So on this tour, Colin is on the tour, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started off with me and Sammy and Joe Diffie.
Yeah.
And of course
Yeah.
Joe passed away,
Yeah.
and then we had a few others sit in and help out. But boy, Colin got wind of it and said, "Man, I'd sure like to be a part of that." And he's a crooner just like
Yes.
Joe was. And
Yes.
man,
Yes.
his voice is, I mean, it's just wonderful. I get to sit there every night, man, front row seat to one of the greatest singers
Indeed.
ever come through Nashville.
Indeed, he sure is. Yeah, that's awesome. Good. Well, that's called the Roots and Boots tour. Now, I know you're doing a lot of other things besides that. You mentioned the aviation, and of course, I know you, so I know that flying has been a big part of your life. All of your life. Now, are you still actively? I'm sure you are out there flying planes, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Our youngest son Tom
Yeah.
is also a music type. So the other day,
Nice.
me and him took our old 1942 Stearman out, and we did a video in it
Wow.
for his music,
Yeah.
so I love it. I love the old warbirds of World War II, and
Yeah.
and antique era airplanes, and that's kind of what I enjoy the most. But I started flying, as a student pilot at 14 years old, and soloed on my 16th birthday. I was multi-engine commercial, instrument rated at 18 years old, and I was a corporate pilot, in my early 20s, and
Wow.
so that's kind of how it panned out. But
Yeah.
I was trying to get on with the airlines, and the energy crunch of the late 70s
Yes.
put a big quahiness on that. So I just decided I'd do what I like next best, and that was picking and grinning.
Well, and we're all fortunate for that. Now, the what I remember, and you correct me here if I'm wrong, but what I remember is that you were on the TV show, and that really kind of helped propel your career. Is that right? You could be a star, right?
It did. You could be a star. I was on that when the Nashville Network was up and alive and running.
Yeah.
And I won my first competition, but after that, I got waxed pretty quick. I think the thing that really influenced me was Jeannie C. Riley was one of my judges.
Yeah.
And I packed up all my stuff, and I was coming out of the dressing room, and she was coming down the hall the other way, and she said, Aaron, she said, you know what? You got a real unique sound. She said, you ought to think about coming and being in the music business in Nashville.
Oh, nice.
And I said, yes, ma'am. And I went home, quit my job, packed my car, and turned around and came back.
I love that.
Oh, that's awesome. We've talked about this a lot with a lot of different folks, but the champions that we have through the years, really make such an impact on our lives. I don't know if you probably do know him because you guys are kind of from the same area, but Terry Choate was my longtime manager and friend, and I think of him when I think of champions, in my life. But besides Jeannie C. Riley, I mean, who are some other folks that have been very influential in your life in the music industry?
Oh, man, big radio personality, Charlie Monk.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Monk was the first guy to sign me as a songwriter.
Wow.
And so, he got me my first gig at Acuff Rose as a staff songwriter.
Yeah.
He was definitely my first champion. And, even back when I was living in South Carolina and just pitching songs, Charlie let all us little know-nothings come in there and pitch him a song, and he'd tell us what was wrong with it.
Yeah.
We'd go back, try it again,
Yeah.
So he was really a major influence in it. Heck, man,
The mayor of Music Row. The mayor of Music Row. For folks listening,
the mayor of Music Row.
that's who Charlie Monk was.
Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah, I miss him, buddy. He's passed away now, and that's so sad because many times that we did it together, and I always thanked him for all he had done for me. But man, I don't think I'll never get finished saying thanks to old Charlie Monk.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome to have those great champions in our lives, and that's good.
Amen.
Yeah. So you're headed to Texas now. That's a pleasure trip, as we mentioned earlier. That's not necessarily a play-in trip, but where's the road taking you next? Where are you next?
Well, we're going to do a little thing that we do. It's kind of more of a family get together. We go down to Dollywood to what's Dreammore, and they got a little place down there to put on a show, and we just do an acoustic thing. Me and Thea and Tom and one of our guitar players. Just something kind of fun to do, you know. And so we do. That's going to be our first little kickoff, and then it just bounces right into wide open. I think we got maybe 2 or 3 Roots and Boots after that. We got a lot of just Aaron Tippin shows this year already. Yeah. Full band shows, and so heck, man, I'm just excited about it, and it looks like it's going to be another great year.
Good. Good. Glad to hear that. Now, we love your music. You've got a long, history, a big catalog of music. So, but one thing was a surprise to us. So our show, Aaron, is it's Swanky Southern Nights. We blend classic elements of jazz and classic elements of country. That's what we do here, and then we have special guests on like yourself. But we found a little gem that we're going to play on our show tonight that we didn't know you did.
Yes, it's awesome.
We found your version of The Way You Look Tonight. I love it.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Well, that's the song that Thea and I danced our first dance to at the wedding reception.
Aww.
Oh, that's awesome.
We were big fans. Her dad was a big band fan, and so being around them, and actually I'd kind of gotten on to it to start with, but before I met Thea. But once we got together, we both found out we loved that big band stuff. Sinatra especially, Dean Martin. We love Dean.
Dean's our favorite. We play him every show.
Yes,
Dean is Dean is the most unsung of all those legends of big band, man. We love him too.
Yeah,
we play him about every other week on this show.
Yeah, we sure do. Well, and Aaron and Thea, he did a lot of Nashville music, and so we get to blend those things. A lot of his cuts of country music, classics, the standards.
Roger Miller, I think he did some of that.
He did some Roger Miller.
Back to Houston.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes. Yes. Welcome to my world. He did all those things. I mean, yeah, just great. Love it. And I'm just so glad we found that. Now, Thea, can she hear me right now?
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, I know you sing. Do you do any of the Great American Songbook stuff too, or do you get a chance to do that?
I've got a pop and jazz album.
Really?
Yeah, and Jim Horn produced it for me.
Oh,
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so blessed to get to work with him. He worked with Frank Sinatra and Elvis. I mean, he's just unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that's really my first love is the big band stuff. I just love it, and that's probably what if I do solo stuff, that's the stuff I love to do.
Very
That's
good.
awesome.
We need to find a cut from that.
Yeah, we
album.
do. We'll be playing some of that stuff. Yeah. So.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So,
that'd be great.
how do folks find your music, Thea? Just Thea Tippin, or?
Yeah, I'm up on all the streaming services. That album's called My Way, and it's got the pop and jazz stuff on it. Yeah, so I'm up on all the streaming things. Or if you want to actually buy the physical album CD on AaronTippin.com, all of our CDs are available on that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, we recommend that, folks, because we're in the music business. We recommend you buy the hard copies.
Yeah.
So no, that's awesome. That's wonderful. It's good to know.
I know it.
We're going to be playing some of Thea's stuff on Swanky Southern Nights.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and thanks again, Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. We love you too.
Hey, let me tell you something. Everybody that knows she is the real singer in the family. Vocal major from Belmont.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a Gonzaga music student. So, I mean, in real life, I don't qualify to drive her bus.
Oh. Hey, well, you both are very, very, very talented. I have to say, this is really interesting. We were talking about champions just a second ago, and sometimes God just gives you a wink in the middle of something.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
if you're hearing a beep.
You're hearing a beep because one of my champions in life, Dickie Lee, is calling me on the other line right now.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's
Wow.
awesome.
You got Aaron on one line,
Yeah,
and Thea, and you
I
got
know
Tippin on the other. This is a great day.
It is.
It's awesome. So, what's is there any? Are there any recordings or anything like that happening right now with you, Aaron? Anything coming up that people can be looking for? Or?
No, not right now. We're just enjoying this tour, and we just built a new house, and we're still settling into that. And
Okay.
I've still got a lot to do to get it exactly where we want it. And so, we just, man, and heck, I think here for right now, we're just going to kind of rock along. I don't know. I'm starting back writing a lot more.
Good.
So maybe we'll come up with something. It's about time for new music. I think that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, you've got some great music out there. So, folks, you need to be looking up Aaron Tippin. He's got so much great music out there through the years. And, we just love your stuff. And, Thea, so glad to hear about what you're doing. And I know Tom is tearing it up as well, right?
Well, he's down there in Nashville trying to knock it out. He kind of does the pop music, but he's down there doing how you do, just the same way all of us have done it. Get down there and put your head against the rock, keep pushing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, that's a talented bunch, the Tippins. So you guys need to be looking for them, and definitely look for that Roots and Boots tour out there too, because that's a great time as well. So
Thanks, bud.
yeah. So now you guys still doing the wine thing too?
Oh, absolutely, man. We're Stonehouse Wineries are partners on that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we just came out with a Riesling.
Yeah.
Everybody's really enjoying that. We got the blueberry and the cherry. Man, I'll tell you,
Awesome.
they got free tasting over there in Crossville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You need to stop in and see them.
Oh, we will, and we're gonna. Yeah, you guys need to. Everybody that's listening to the show needs to do that. That's
Where in Crossville?
yeah.
Where?
Stonehouse Winery, right?
Stonehouse Winery. Okay.
Stonehouse Winery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Love it. And the brand is called what, Aaron?
Aaron Tippin.
There you go.
We got Kiss This Cherry Wine. We've got Blue Angel Blueberry.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've got what's our Riesling? Ready to Rock Riesling.
Nice. Nice.
American Riesling.
And so we have a red, white, and blue pack, which is called the Stars and Stripes Trio Pack.
Nice.
I love it.
Brilliant. That's great. That is awesome. Love it. Yeah, we'll be checking that out for sure.
Yeah, I like
Awesome.
that
Yeah,
town.
they're in a great location. They're right off I-40 in Crossville, the same exit as Bucky's.
Yes.
If you go to the
Yay.
right,
Yes.
if you go to the right, you go to Bucky's. If you go to the left, you'll see Stonehouse Winery. It's just right there on Genesis Road.
Well, there you go. Go to the tastings. Go pick you up a few bottles of wine and get full, and then go to the cleanest bathroom in town across the road at Bucky's. And
There you go.
there you go.
Right.
There you go. Hey, Aaron and Thea, thank y'all so much. Safe travels to y'all. Love you guys, and so glad you joined us on Swanky Southern Nights.
Yes, glad to meet both of you.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, our pleasure, buddy. Thank you guys for talking to us.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. Be careful. We'll see you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year.